In this video, we'll talk about angle pairs, and this will kind of be the first part of a small series about angle pairs, as there are many to talk about. So the first angle pair that we'll talk about will be complementary angles. So complementary angles are angles that add up to 90 degrees. So like, for instance, 40 degrees and 50 degrees are complementary. They would together make a right angle, and then it would make a split, something like so. We could also say, how about 30 degrees and 60 degrees? For instance, both of these pairs would add up to 90 degrees. And this would be useful because if I know that an angle is 90 degrees and it's split up into different pieces, I can maybe deduce what the other one will be. For example, if I know that this big blue angle is a right angle and I know this is 70 degrees, well then I can deduce that must be 20 degrees. So these angle pairs can be useful to help me figure out angle measures for other angles as well. So another angle pair is supplementary angles. And these ones are kind of similar to complementary. These ones add up to 180 degrees. And the idea very similar to complementary, the only difference is that we're talking about 180 degrees. So like, for instance, 100 degrees and 80 degrees, or 150 degrees and 30 degrees. These are two pairs of supplementary angles. Basically, they both make a straight line, or a straight angle, if you will. And the last angle pair we're going to discuss in this video is called vertical angles, although sometimes I have heard them called opposite angles. I'm fine with either vocab term, they both make sense. So the idea behind vertical angles is, say I have two lines that cross, that intersect. The idea is that regardless of how these lines intersect, these two angles that are kind of kitty corner from each other are going to be congruent. They are going to be equal in measure. And likewise, the other two are going to be equal in measure. So like, for instance, let's say this first green angle here was 120 degrees. And then we know that the blue line is a straight angle, so that would mean this yellow one to the left of it would have to be 60 degrees to make this 180 degrees. And then we could make the deduction, well, the way these lines have intersected, it shouldn't matter what angle it is, these two are going to be the same. So this is also 120 degrees, and this is also 60 degrees. So the vertical angles in this case would be the two that are the same. So there's technically two pairs of them here. But vertical angles just kind of describe this phenomenon.